All right, we are officially live for the first time on this channel, and I am fired up because, well, I am here with my son, who's the head editor over at Brand Creators, and our goal here for this channel is to, to be able to share behind the scenes on how we are growing that channel, but also how live streams have really, really accelerated our growth. And today I'm going to be sharing with you this right here. I'm going to be sharing with you how a video, a live stream, did 59,200 views to date, over 14,600 watch time hours, 1,000 subscribers, and $1,664.71 estimated revenue from just this live stream. So Scotty, what I wanted to do here is, number one, I wanted to unpack what we're doing with our live streams, but also I wanted to give people some tips on what they can do to get these types of results from live streams. Yeah. I guess the first thing that I would probably say, and for anyone that is watching on the replay, is, are you doing live streams right now yourself? And if you are, what kind of results are you getting? I'd like to know that. If you guys would drop that in the comments, that would be, that'd be cool. So here's what I want to do though. Scotty, so as far as live streams, what do you think is like the number one hang up for people and why they don't want to go live? Like, why don't they want to do a live stream?
I think the first thing is just being nervous, messing up live on camera if people are watching, which that's the great thing about post edits of why this is so important for the content we're showing and how to share it. Doesn't matter, like this again, right now what we're doing, this is raw. Like, this is our first time doing a live. We're gonna have mess ups, that's okay. But right now we probably have 0 people watching.
Well, yeah, but this is the first live that we're doing on this channel. I've done over 100 plus lives, right? Like, yeah, so yeah. You know, for people, you're right. It's like people are nervous and they don't want to jump on. But I think also it's like they think if they don't have anybody on live, then why do it? Right? Like right now, this is a brand new channel with like 32 subscribers. Our other channel has over 93,000. We're heading towards 100,000. And every time we go live over there, we have like 250, 300 people, sometimes 500 people live. But it doesn't start that way. So this also, I wanted it to be an example for people. Like right now, we know that there's probably not going to be many people watching us live. There might be people popping in, popping out because they don't know us yet. But really, what you're seeing on the screen here, the 59,000 views, that's what we call the long tail. That's where, to me, that's where it's a game changer and what can happen. I want to unpack this for people so they can actually see the inner workings of it. And then I also, a little bit later, Scotty, I want people to understand what they can do as far as repurposing. And I think that's something that we're going to be talking about a lot, is the repurposing of the content. Because that's really what you're doing, is you're taking the videos and you're repurposing them. And maybe we'll even show a couple of examples, which I have one just from the other day, which I think we just crossed like 6,000 or 7,000 from a repurposed video from a live.
Yep.
So, all right, let's just unpack it and then we'll see where this goes.
Yeah.
So let me go ahead and go over to the analytics. Okay, let's look at this real quick. So right now, like I said, 59,000 views to date. You can see over here, like this is live update. Let me scale this back a little bit. So you can see this is live. So this is happening as we speak right now. Browse features, suggested videos, direct, other, and then external. This is where you want to be. Now, this video or this live was done April 3rd. The time of recording this, we are, what is it?
May 14th. May 14th. Yeah.
So we're talking a little over probably like 6 weeks.
Yep.
Right. So about 6 weeks. So if we look at the engagement here, so look at this. This was kind of like original, like chat messages and reactions. This was from like the live feed. Okay. But if we look down here, this was how many people were showing up the time that we were doing the live. So you can see while live, this is everything, right? So I think we peaked at like 500, about 511, 512. Average was 395. But then check this out. The average view duration is 15 minutes, which, okay, this here, I believe this was look at this, an hour and 30 minutes.
Yep.
90 minutes, man. So to get someone to watch 15 minutes, I want people to understand, what does that mean? Like everyone's talking about shorts. Scotty, what do you think? Would you rather have someone that watches a whole entire 45 seconds of a short, or would you rather have someone watch 15 minutes of your video?
Oh, 15 minutes.
Why?
Yeah, because short form content is just different. Someone watching that, again, it's 45 seconds. It shows, number one, that they may have only interest for 45 seconds. It would be more impressive if you saw that they binge watched all your videos after that and then spent 15 minutes. But to do that, think about how many short form clips they would have had to watch. But then watching 15 minutes of a long form shows that that's your audience. That's someone that's interested in your account, and that's someone that, you know, really is taking your information in and you know, you're trying to get something from it.
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at it is I mean, imagine talking to someone for 15 minutes. You can explain a lot, and you can start to learn a lot about a person and about what they stand for, or if you like their teaching style, or whatever you're doing. So to me, I would much rather have 15 minutes. The other thing is, and we'll look at this, I'll actually dig right in and show you how much this is earning per 1,000 views, and kind of give you what they call the RPM. But look at this right here. So this here for a live, this is where it kind of like people came in, and this isn't necessarily the live. This is kind of like the chart of retention. And this here, 56% on a normal video, I would say that's bad. This is at the 30-second mark, but this is for a live video. So this is actually pretty good. I would say for a regular video, we want to be above 70%. Which usually we're getting. And that has a lot to do with your editing and the things that you're doing. And if you guys have not yet subscribed to this channel, you're going to want to, because we're going to be going over editing tips and tricks and everything that he's doing. Scotty, the editor, is doing for this. But everything live stream is really what this channel is going to be all about. That's why we called it Live Video School.
But I think it's good. Stay on that picture real quick. I think it's good to note too, there's no major dips. It's like you have your initial, but after that, that's when the person decides if they want to stay or not. And for majority of it, like, it's a slow decrease, but it's nothing where it drops and then it pops back up. So it's not like people are, you know, leaving, coming back. It's pretty much, for the most part, they're kind of staying throughout the longevity of it. And slowly over time, maybe falling off. But like, look at even, I mean, as you're going right now, we're talking minutes. Remember that on that percentage. So like, you're on 13%, but that was for at least about 7 minutes right there, almost, where you're at 13% that it took for someone else to drop off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's still really,
and this
really
is 48 minutes in.
Slow growth or slow decline.
Yeah. I mean, look at that though. That's 13 minutes in.
Yeah.
I mean, not 13 minutes, 49 minutes. 48, 49, right? And even here, we're at an hour in and there's still 11%. I mean, that's crazy. So this is good. Let's look at the reach. So it's reached 721,000, impressions. And the click-through rate is 5.5%. So anyone that's new, doesn't understand what a good click-through rate is, that's a pretty good for that amount of impressions. You're going to find out that when you first launch a video or a live stream, whatever, you're going to realize that the more impressions you're getting, this is usually going to go down. And the reason for that is because this is being served up to now a broader audience. Initially, it's going to go out to an audience that's probably really tight. It's either going to be your subscribers or people that are into the exact thing that you're talking about. And then what happens is YouTube starts to test audiences. And that's where your click-through rate would dip. But let's look at this real quick. So we came out of the gate with a 9.7, and then you can see it dipped a little bit, but you can see it's still testing audiences. And as it's doing this, it's still staying above 4, which I'm really happy with on a live stream. And if you look, I mean, here we are all the way down here, and we're still 4%. And we had a little dip there.
But
not bad.
No.
Not bad at all.
Well, here's the other thing, which a lot of people kind of like pass. They don't really look at when they're looking at their analytics. Look at the unique viewers, 48,000. So that got in front of 48,000 people who have never came in contact with your channel.
Yep.
So that's another thing to look at. So out of your 59,000 views you got on that video, 48,000 have never seen your content before. Where they were on your page. They're not a subscriber, none of that. And so that shows that YouTube is pushing yours to other audiences and just giving you more of a general push over time.
Yeah, no, it's good. That's a good point. These are uniques. Let's look at the engagement real quick. So again, like I want people to understand 14,600 watch hours. That's like a lot of hours. 14,600, which is absolutely crazy. We look down here again, average is 15 minutes. And then this is concurrent. So this is again, the live stuff, likes 97.2%, which is about the channel average. And then once again, here we are with the little retention map there. Let's look at audience here again. So this is kind of interesting. So the returning is here and new viewers right out of the gate is 1,030. But what's really cool is down here, we're seeing that, yes, we're getting returning all the way through, but we're also getting new, which is really good. Like, look at this here. We had 927 versus the returning. So this is real. And then look at this. This is all the way. This is like a month later.
Yep.
And it's still getting those views. And then I want to look at the uniques here again. So there it is. But then let's look at subscribers. Like, check this out. I mean, it's just growing. And this thing is still growing.
Yep.
Revenue. There's your 6471. And then here's what I wanted to show you. So here's the views. So it's saying I got 61,000, not the 59, but it's probably 59 that's unique. Revenue for every 1,000 views is $27.06.
Now that is gonna go with the niche you are in.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah, first thing is that is the highest probably we've seen in a while. We've had a couple that were even bigger than that, but 27 is like abnormal. And I mean, honestly, a lot of average other channels that are, I mean, for example, I did one on sneakers that was at like, I think, let me see, it was around $3 maybe.
Yeah,
not even. So it really just depends on your niche, but like for that one being that high, like it's awesome. But if you're anything business kind of niche, you're gonna kind of get that kind of stuff. But yeah, so that definitely helped too with the revenue. Those having those
here
RPMs.
I want to explain that a little bit too. So like, here's how much advertisers are willing to pay. $59. So they're willing to pay $59 to get in front of our audience. Now YouTube's going to take their cut, and basically we end up with $27.06. Now that's for this video. I'll actually dig into a few other lives and we'll see what they're averaging at. So guys, stick around for that. Like I said, this channel is going to be literally behind the scenes. We do a podcast weekly where we're going to be talking about what we're going to be doing, recapping, things like that. We're also going to do some tutorials. So Scotty will be doing stuff on editing. I'll be doing more stuff on like looking at your analytics, talking about live streaming as far as like some tips for retention, things you want to do to get more comfortable, like all of those things. So before I do move on, if you guys are interested, we would love it if you would subscribe to the channel, and we'll give you some more live streaming content tips and things like that. So if you guys are enjoying this, make sure that you do that. Make sure that you smash the like button too. Again, this is something that we're doing this from scratch. So this is like brand new channel. And we would love for you guys to follow along. We'd love to help you and share with you what we're learning on building our other channel. So definitely make sure that you subscribe. All right. So yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll look at a couple other lives and stuff, but I did want to just kind of peek through everything here. Let's go into, let's see here. Let's go.
Can you do something too? Can you just pull up for that video? Can you just pull up the title and the thumbnail on that?
Yeah, let me go into, let's see here, live. Let's see. Oh, just so you guys can see too. So this is live last 28 days, 96,000 views, 1.2 million impressions, 4.5, and average is 1646. Now that's across the board. So here's the last 28 days. We did a live here, 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 and here. Now, I did want to say, if you guys are thinking these numbers are cool, what's even cooler is what we're doing to repurpose these. And we have a strategy that will probably break down. We did talk about it on the podcast. So if you guys have not watched the podcast, we'll go ahead and link that up in the description. But that's our strategy, is really using the live for the front end. And then on the back end of it is we're able to take that content and strategically plan out what we're going to do for additional video clips. And then from there, those are going to take a life of their own. But this is kind of last 28 days, just so you guys can see. Okay, but you want me to go back to that video, which is right here. So let me go into it again and see if I can't pull that up. I'd have to view that on there. Let me go into details and you can see it here. Okay, cool. Can you see that?
Yep, perfect. First thing, actually, can you slide over a little bit for the title? Because the title's kind of blocked. We'll start with the title. Okay. So first thing, and you're going to see we're going to have some videos too, which probably, Dad, you might be doing some of these with as far as titling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some help on that. Yeah. Hooks, all that. So first thing I want to say is a lot of the lives, if you watch lives from the Brand Creators channel, a lot of things that he's focusing on is news stuff. Okay. And that's not all the time, but there is some news things, because that's number one, what people are talking about, what's relevant, what gets people, talking and, need to know what's new, what's going on. But he's putting that into the live. So this one, for this live, right? Etsy's changing what sellers need to know. So right now, the first thing is Etsy's changing. So he's thinking, so right now, if you're looking and you're scrolling past this, you're saying, why is Etsy changing? You're asking yourself that. Why is Etsy changing? What's going on with Etsy? I'm noticing I'm not doing as good. Maybe this is why, So a lot of the times, and we'll talk about hooks and stuff, and I'm sure we'll do a couple of videos on that. You want to make sure that your title is asking a couple questions. So you yourself got to answer those questions to make sure that, you can provide value in that video. And then next, what sellers need to know. I want to know this, Etsy is changing. What sellers need to know. I need to know this. Maybe I don't know this. Maybe I need to tune in. Right. And then you can go over to your thumbnail. So the first thing, and think about this before even title, first thing, if you're scrolling, whether it's a live, whether it's a video, you're seeing the thumbnail. So when you see the it's over and a thing of Etsy, you're thinking worst case scenario. You're thinking Etsy's getting shut down. There's not going to be any more Etsy, or Etsy sellers are going on strike. You're thinking of all these things, but you still really don't know what's going on. But then when you say Etsy is changing, that's when it's like, oh, shoot, I need to know this. I need to figure out what's going on, because I'm going to be left out. I don't want to be left out. And right there, that appeal that he put with the thumbnail and the title, now he puts that into the live. And then, yes, you have your subtopics in it, but that's one thing that I don't see a lot of live streamers doing for their businesses, is adding those in and really focusing on the live, almost being like a separate video. He posted this being like a separate video, even though he went on to record it as a live. And that's the difference with the content that we're trying to share for you guys to push out, is you're optimizing this just as much as you are any other video. And obviously he needs to deliver on the promise, and that's by him explaining the things of what's going on with Etsy or whatever it is in his video. But those are the two main things that I see people lack in. What do you think about that?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think, and it's taken a long time to learn this stuff, and I'm still learning and I'm still experimenting. And once again, that's what we're going to be reporting here on this channel, is really things that we're testing, things that are working, things that aren't working. Like, I literally had a video go out today, and I messaged you about it, Scotty, and it bombed. It didn't do good. And the reason is because the topic isn't what people really care about. And I would think they would. It was about Etsy reviews, like people getting bad Etsy reviews and how do you get rid of them? But there's only a small portion of this already small audience on Etsy that cares about it. So I posted the video. It's underperforming, but that's okay. because all it was a clip that we took from one of the lives. So I didn't really waste any time. It was still useful for anyone that watched it. But in the future, probably not going to do much on Etsy review stuff. Right. Now, like you said, Scotty, in this video, this was a good title. Now, you could repurpose this title. Like we could, and we probably should do this as an experiment. So here's what I would do if I wanted to take this that's already worked for me or someone else in another niche, is you could do something like this. Live streaming is changing. What content creators need to know? That would be a video that would probably do good, because now you want to know what's changing about live streaming. What do content creators need to know? Yeah. And then in here, you could have maybe it's changing or something like that. Or, is this good or something like that? Or is this,
or bad? you could put like the end or something. Yes, like
or
that.
The end. And what I would be saying is it's the end of, and again, I would have to think through this, but it would be like, it's the end of how it used to be. Right. And that's what this video was. This video was like, it used to be way easier to just slap up a listing on Etsy and get traffic and get sales. It's not like that anymore.
Yep.
Way too much competition. There's Etsy's cracking down on a lot more stuff. So it's changing. The good old days are over. Right. And this is what we need to do to be successful in 2024 and beyond. So that's kind of the angle that I would use. So what's really cool is I can take some of these that have already worked for me and I can adapt them to this channel, which we probably will do. So anyway, yeah, that's that. Is there anything more on that, Scotty, before I move on?
No, I think we're good.
All right, let me reduce the screen down a little bit so we can see the entire thing. So what I wanted to do here, though, is I wanted to go into a few more lives, and let's just see. So down here, these are the top performers. Now, the crazy thing is, this one here was recent. This one I literally just did last week. And that also produced a video that did really good. Let's see, it posted, I believe it was on Monday.
Yep.
Okay. So let me show you what this looks like. Okay. Now, hasn't earned as much, but this was published 4 days ago.
Yeah, 4 days.
This was done 4 days ago. 18,000 views, 3,700 watch time hours, 88 subscribers, and $266.02. And here, look at this. Look at this, Scotty. These are hourly, by the way. Look at, I'm still getting 59, 66. I'm still getting all of these views per hour. In the last 48, this has gotten 4,377 views. And this was a live stream.
Yep.
Let's take a look at some of the other numbers on it. Okay, so this one here had less people on. See, it had 270 people on. 12 minutes and 42 seconds. Still not 15 minutes, but it's still pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
And this here was 98% of viewers stayed watching at around. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a really good number. So what should I do there? I should probably look and see what the intro was, and I should probably try to model that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's really good. And the cool thing is whenever you see browse and suggested, that's a good thing, because that means that people are getting that in their feed on the YouTube app.
But you know what else I love, which is slowly creeping up, is the YouTube search.
Oh yeah, down here. Yep.
Right. That shows too, you have enough in your title and stuff that it's going to be a searchable video.
Yep. So if we go here to reach 161,000, the click-through rate's good. Look, it started at a 8.2 and right now it's hovering around 5, 5.6, 5.4. Here's your views. And then your unique views is here.
Yep.
Right. So pretty good. There's all your analytics and stuff there too. So, I mean, there's so much that you can kind of dig into here. You can see like, okay, the search terms that people are searching for, AI news.
Yep.
These are content suggesting the live stream. So this is one of mine. This here, mine, this is mine. This one's not mine. This one is mine.
Yep.
All right. Engagement. Let's look at that real quick. Not bad. Like we said, let's look at the audience. Okay. So look at that. We had 7,300 that were returning, and new was 1,500. And then look, we're starting to balance out. Still 966. And then the revenue, let's see what this one's paying. This one is paying 1361. So see, it's like
about half. The other one.
About half. And it's paying $40 on the front end.
Yep.
So yeah. So that's that one. Now, like I said, so from this video, and this is the strategy that we're going to be preaching and that we're going to be teaching and that we're going to be sharing, because this is working so well for us. But now remember, this here was a live all on its own. And this was published, or this was recorded. I actually live streamed 4 days ago. Okay. So 4 days ago. Now check this out. Go back into my analytics. I'm going to go back here, and I want to, this is the video that bombed, by the way, 10 out of 10, 525. And it was posted 9 hours ago. Now that'll probably hit 1,000 by the morning, which is, so 1,000 is low for us, but this didn't perform well.
Yep.
Okay. But let's look here real quick. And I want to go into this one right here. So this video right here, which has 7,200, was posted yesterday. Next day is the 14th. Yep. Yesterday. And it got 7,200 views right out of the gate. It's gotten 7 subscribers, and it's made $93. Now, this is always behind too. This is like 2 days behind. Browse, suggested, notifications, and search. Okay. But here's the deal. This video, which is basically, if I go into here, you can see it. Okay. I think this is a great thumbnail. I think I did a good job on that one, guys. That one there is good. And what we were doing here, guys, just so you know, so there's a lot of people out there saying that they're making like $20,000, $30,000 a month on Etsy, selling like mugs or candles or something like that. And this person was reported, or there was a news story on him from a site, and they said he makes $38,500 selling candles per month, and he only works 20 minutes a day. And I'm like, all right, let's dig into this and let's see if this is like real. And so we kind of exposed our truth, and it's doing very well. But that came from the live that I just shared with you. So you realize that live so far has gotten 18,000 views, and it's climbing. And this one here has gotten, where is it? Oh, crap. Right here. 7,200 views. It's gotten 7 subscribers, not that great. And it's made $93, and that's going to continue to grow. So you're kind of double dipping on the content.
Well, and the other thing for people who are trying to get monetized and stuff, I mean, look at the watch time hours.
Yeah.
You know, and that's after only a day. And not to mention, we have your live, we have this video, and I think we made 1 or 2 more videos on top of that, out of that live.
Right.
So right there, you could probably in a week or two, if you were getting these views, you could get your monetization for the 4,000 watch time hours for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah. 100%. So that's that. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I wanted to share on this. Oh, I'll share this one real quick. So this one here, still doing well. Look at this. This is still getting 57 an hour, 63 an hour, right? This was published about 7 days ago. And where do you think this video came from? Scotty, why don't you tell me where that video came from?
I'm just going to go out on a limb and say it came from a live.
Yeah, you'd be right, actually. Wow. And it's 13 minutes and 49 seconds. And let's look at the analytics on it. 24,000. Let's see. It's got 1,700 watch hours, 130 subscribers. It's made $281. Browse suggested.
Still doing great too. It's doing about 1,300 views a day.
Yep. 1,300 views a day, growing, climbing. And that came from a live stream, and that live stream is still doing its thing.
And the funny thing is too with this one, because you already knew you kind of had a banger on your hands with this one. You knew number one, talking about Etsy CEO is going to put you up there a little bit, talking about the news because you're also relating with the people, the sellers of Etsy. But then you give a killer thumbnail, killer title that super relatable. Etsy sellers are furious. If you're furious on Etsy and you're a seller, you're going to watch this video no matter what because you're hitting that person and they want to feel included with that because they're upset. Right. Well, I remember when we posted this, after like the first hour or two, we had like 2,000-3,000 views, which usually is not that quick to get there. And you can probably look at it right now. Let's see.
Oh yeah, we can. Here, let me go. First 24. Look at first 24, 11,800.
Yeah. And if you look at the top, YouTube tells you it's 4.2 times higher than usual.
Right.
Thing was cranking.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I'm a big fan of repurposing content. And now, Scotty, I know what people will say, but you already posted that. Isn't that bad? Aren't your subscribers going to get mad? Aren't people going to get mad because they already saw it? Let's take a break for a second and let's walk through this. We showed you that on a live, most people, your average retention is around 15, let's call it 20 minutes. These little sub video topics, because the way that we do this is our main topic will be 30 to 45 minutes.
Yep.
Then we take a little time to answer some questions, get situated. And then in our little outline, we say, all right, it's time for video subtopic number 1. Anyone that's live, they get to enjoy it. They're there. For us, it's a recording session. So the way that I look at our live streams, our live stream is the main topic, and then it's 2 or 3 subtopics that we know are going to get pulled and put on their own as their own video. And the cool thing about that is most people aren't going to be seeing those because they're so deep in the live.
Yep.
Right. And so I'm always trying to do my lives for no less than 60 minutes. And the reason why is because a lot of times as you're going live, it's going to keep getting pushed out because it's alive. It's going to get pushed out to bigger audiences as you continue to go. And if you get engagement, it's going to actually get pushed more. So that's one positive. The other thing is as you do get monetized, you now have more time to put more ad placements in the actual live. So you can literally go into your live and go, I want to place ads every 5 to 7 minutes. And then you just go and you splice them in there. Who do you think YouTube wants to push videos, or what type of videos do you think YouTube wants to push to people? Longer videos that people are watching. Why? Because they make more money. It's as simple as that. So yeah, I mean, I can go on. And I will say, Scotty, now that I'm kind of looking at all of this stuff that we know we're doing and everything, our thumbnails are on point.
Yeah, they are.
I gotta be honest. I mean, we could do a whole live on that. And maybe, if you're watching this on the replay and you'd like us to do one where we kind of go through and kind of share not even just how to create them, but some of our top performing thumbnails that get the highest click-through rates. If you guys are interested in that, let us know in the comments. And if you are getting any value from this, I mean, we're a young channel right now. If you guys want more of this, just subscribe and smash that like button. We'd appreciate it. All right. Anything else, Scotty, that we should dig into here before we move on? I mean, heck, I could show another.
I know you can go for days on anything we got here. I think one thing I do want to say about what you just said about thumbnails, which we've learned, it took us time to learn this too with thumbnails and titles, is you need to have that prepared and ready before you doing any video.
Yep.
And that's what I'm sharing with people who've been asking me too, the same things. It's, you got to have that idea first of the thumbnail and you got to deliver on that promise. And then the title is kind of like the finishing touch of, okay, am I going to click on this video or not? All right. Like the visual was there. Does it match up with the title? And does it make me want to click on this thing? And then once you get to your live, we just talked about this in the podcast. So if you guys want to check that out, you can see, we'll talk about all our live content strategies. But when you shoot up that live, not starting your live with, hey guys, I'm just going to wait till we get some more people in here. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Because when you republish that live, that's the first minute people are going to see.
Yeah.
So if you're talking about, all right, guys, how you doing? Oh, Becky, how you doing? Hope you had a good one. Yeah, I've been doing great. I'm leaving your video. I'm not staying.
Mm-hmm.
So again, pretend like your live is you're just you sitting down and you're shooting a video that you were gonna go post and optimize and all of that, but you're doing it as a live. Pretend no one is watching you, just shoot it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the biggest thing that we have learned with live streaming. The biggest thing that not enough people do. But once we learned it, I mean, you see the results. It's not like it's a fluke. Like this is consistent results. So that's just something that you guys got to add to your own live streams if you are live streaming.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, I used to do it myself. Be like, hey, how you doing, John? Hey, Sam, what's up? Hey, Julie, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, we're gonna wait for a few more to get in. Blah blah blah. Like it's all this small talk. You lost everybody on the replay, and so for me, a lot of times, just like this live, when you guys started watching it, I didn't do any of that. It was literally me just jumping in and saying like, hey, this is what this channel, because we're just kind of introducing the channel. But then immediately I got into what I was going to deliver on and the promise of what we said in the title and in the thumbnail, which was basically how one video was able to get us 1,000 subscribers and make $1,600. Right. And so I delivered on that promise, but now I want to over deliver and I really want to share more. And that's kind of what we're doing here, is just kind of opening up the dashboard and kind of just going through here. And we'll probably do more of these just like this, because I think there's so much that we can keep teaching, but also sharing. And then also, hopefully we get content creators that are live streaming that could come in here and share what they're playing with and, experimenting with. And then we can kind of go back and forth with that. But I did want to say on this one right here, and it's funny, like, so I got this idea. Let me go back here again. I should have went back in there. I got this idea. Okay. A lot of my ideas come from other creators that are in other niches. So this one right here, now this thumbnail, I didn't get the idea. I just kind of came up with that myself, but this right here, it's boring, but I guarantee this strategy will grow your Etsy shop. It's a very strong, bold promise. And I believe in what I said. It's boring, but if you actually follow this, it's kind of like this. If I said it's boring, but I guarantee this strategy, this live streaming strategy will blow up your YouTube channel. Like if I said that, it's a bold statement, but I can back it up, because I would say, see, this is what I'm doing it. Like, here's my results, right? You got to have results. But I got this from Sean Cannell from Think Media. He had a video that he did as a live stream, and it's boring, but I guarantee this strategy will grow your YouTube channel. So I just took his and I said, it worked for him. Why am I not just going to repurpose it and use it with the Etsy crowd? Right. And I did it and it worked pretty good. So you can take other people's titles. Don't copy them if you're in the same niche. Like I'm not a fan of that, but I do pay attention to other niches that I'm not in, that I think I could use and just swap out. There's another guy, Jake, who he basically has a whole library of titles. And what he does is he finds titles that did really well. And then he basically gives you frameworks on how you can swap stuff out, just like I did here. And it helps you, but it also, this here was created before I did the live. So like you said, Scotty, I had this thing set up. So basically when I started the live, I was like, all right, in today's live, I'm going to share with you a boring strategy that I guarantee will blow up your Etsy shop with sales, like something like that. Right. And then boom, I just dive right in. So I think it's really important that you start with that. Even my subtopics, I already have them in place. They're already in place. But this one here did pretty good. Like I said, it's 8,500 views. But the cool thing is even if this didn't do good, I've got 2 or 3 other videos that are now going to get put into our little library of videos. And now we can go ahead and play with those. And so for example, this one right here, I got to see when this was posted. because I can almost tell.
It was May 8th. It was May 8th.
Okay, so this here was May 8th. So let's look here. May 8th was, okay, 7th. This was, so this one, not this audit. This one here came from that. Which, by the way, beat the live. It's at, oh no, it's at 7,000. The live's at 8,000.
Yeah.
But this is still cranking.
Yep.
Like I said, this one here is getting, you can see in the last 48 hours, well, it just posted, it was 7152. But if I do 60 minutes, it's still getting 30 an hour. Right?
Yep.
So this is in real time. But that one came from that. The other one that came from that was this loser right here. Right? But this is still going to get 1,000 views.
Yep.
But all of these, this one came from a live. This one came from a live, didn't do that good. Why? Review.
And yeah, and there it is. And that's the thing too, which I think people need to understand, and that's what we're learning is it's honestly sometimes it's good to have those flops because you know what avenue not to go down. You know what the viewer's not interested in from your niche. And the ones that pop off, you pretty much know why it's popping off. You know what the topic is, and like you said, it's all about topic. You know, you mentioned Josh Silverman, the CEO of Etsy. Both videos crushed it. You only did 2 videos on it, but both of them did really good. Why? Because you talked about the CEO and what's going on with that, right? And it's, I mean, different things too. Like you've done Temu, you've done whatever, right? It's whatever's people going to get people talking, get people, interested in that video, but there's going to be some that, they're not interested in. So, and you're going to know it's going to bomb, but you got to learn from it. That's all.
Yeah. The big ones for us, and it's crazy because again, like I'm paying attention to a lot of other big YouTubers. So I'll pay attention to like Graham Stephan. Graham Stephan does a lot of stuff on finance. He's always putting in, the federal tax reserve, is going to crash, or the mortgage rates are crashing, right? It's always that, but then it doesn't mean it has to be the bad news. You can say what the bad thing is, but then you can turn it into something good. So for like this here, this top Etsy seller was suspended. He was doing $100,000 a month. And then Etsy decided to suspend his account because he had another account that he forgot about that he owed $7 on. So they shut down all of his accounts, even though he was delinquent just on a $7 bill on one account. So Etsy lost out on that money too. And it was going into fourth quarter. So, I mean, so he did a video on it. I reacted to the video, and that there came from a live.
Yep. 12,000
views on that, 199 comments, 476 likes. So that's
the I think the hard part, and I think this is what we're gonna have to dive into for other accounts that are viewers that watch our videos, because I know this is gonna be the top question is, okay, number one, how do you find these topics? And how for my niche, I don't know how to go live talking about whatever it is my niche. The thing is, again, you need to find whatever that topic is in it, that subtopic that people are interested in your niche. You could be talking about, I don't know, you could be talking about pools and how to chlorinate pools correctly and stuff like that, right? Like that, your channel could be all about pools. Well, you could find out that people really, are into how to not make your pool cloudy or whatever. I don't know. I'm just coming up with stuff, but you could find whatever angle that is and then create those subtopics on it, even though you're thinking who would watch a live stream on pools. But if you're someone who really cares about it, or maybe you work in a company that does that, you're going to want to know these things. You're going to have these questions. So now you're going to have these subtopics. Same thing for like if you were a mowing company, it's the same thing. Like there's going to be questions. I want the perfect lawn. What's ways I can bounce this around where people are going to be interested in my content. And it's funny, we'll have to pull him up eventually. My sister actually was showing me this guy who he talks all about HVAC, and his channel's like 700,000 subscribers on HVAC. Who's interested in HVAC? Well, people are, because the way he spins it, makes it entertaining. And it's not just an entertainment thing. He's really just giving value. But it's it's the topics he picks on that to give value. And so there's always an angle you can do to create that live stream content to where you're giving that, that value. And honestly, it's like you said before, you're answering those questions. That's all it is. You're creating those questions and you're giving a good thought out, detailed video on that to answer that. And that's what's going to help, your viewer, or your, ideal person in your niche.
Yeah. So why don't we do this in real time, Scotty? So just so people can see. So what we're going to do is, like, right now we're about 45 minutes into this live. Okay. And now is a good time to probably put in a subtopic that we will then chop out and will create its own thing. Now, I've come up with some questions that I know people are asking because, well, I did the research. And one of them is, will going live on my YouTube channel hurt it? Okay. That's a question. And it's funny because a good friend of mine, Steve Chu, who his channel's over 350,000, and he was telling me, man, I'm afraid to go live because I don't want it to hurt my other videos. And I'm like, I've never heard of that before, Steve, that it's going to hurt your channel. He goes, yeah, I've gone live and then I'll take it down or I'll archive it. And so think about this. He's archiving that. And now that video can't see the light of day. The only light of day it got to see is however many viewers he had live. But you have to remember, when you create a live, it's its own video. The minute you end that live stream, it was live. That was its own thing. And then the minute that it's done, it now gets put into the video on demand library. Okay. So you have to keep that in mind. So let's do this real quick. I'm going to leave this screen up because this is going to be my proof that lives are not hurting a channel. And so what I'm going to do, and Scotty, I don't know if you know how to use the controls. Usually I have Chris doing this.
Am I able to do that? Let's see.
Yeah. If you look at the bottom of the thumbnails,
yeah.
If you just click on where it says solo layout, hover over top of your thumb or my thumb, and go ahead and just click on it and watch. It'll put me in full screen.
Solo layout. Not seeing that.
All right. Do you see the thumbnails at the bottom?
I see mine. I don't see yours.
Oh, you don't see mine?
Nope.
You might have your screen too big and you can't see it because it's down below or something.
Hang on, let me see. No,
That's interesting.
So
maybe because
I'm not signed in.
Maybe you're not an admin. Okay. So we'll have to fix that. I can go ahead and do it. So if I go in live like this, right? Like now I'm full screen. Scotty, you can still see me though, right? But I'm live. I'm full screen right now. Okay. Yep. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to intro that and then I'm going to dive in. All right. So here we go. Will live streaming hurt my YouTube channel? Okay. One of the biggest questions that YouTubers are asking themselves is, will live streams hurt my channel? Will it stunt the growth? And I'm here to tell you, no, it actually will help it. And I'm going to share with you some results that my other channel, Brand Creators, is getting. So let me go ahead and let me pull up this here. And this is the channel analytics. I've got my head editor here with me. Scotty, say hello.
Hey, how we doing?
We're doing great. All right. So here's what I want to share with you guys. Okay. These are lives, last 28 days, 96,000 views, 1.2 million impressions, and 4.5 click-through rate. Average duration is 16 minutes and 46 seconds. Now, if you look down here, this was a live. This was a live. This, and this. I generally go live once per week, sometimes twice per week, but for the most part, it's once per week. Okay. That's 28 days. Let's go 90 days out. Ooh, look at that. 243,000 views. We've got 3.1 million impressions, click-through rate 4.4, and the average view duration's 18.40. Okay. Now let's do this. Let's go. Okay. That's for lives. This is 90 days. Let's go videos. Ooh, 490,000 views, 5.9 million impressions, click-through rate 5.3, average view durations 5 minutes 46 seconds. And the reason why, number one, these videos are generally between 8 minutes and 13, 14 minutes long. The other thing is that I should share with you is all of these videos are different parts of the live stream that we've cut out, and we've strategically planted these inside of the live so we could take those and post them as individual videos. Is it hurting our channel growth? Absolutely not. Let me show you some pretty cool stats here. Let me go into overall, okay? And then let me go into, let's see here, content. Oh, I was just there. Let me go there again. Go into my videos. Let me go down here, okay? And we're going to go into, let's see here. So those are all the videos. Let me show you this one right here, okay? Let me pull this one up. Let's look at the analytics. This one right here, okay? This was from a live. 24,100 views. 130 subscribers. It's made $281. This was published 7 days ago from the time that I'm recording this right here. And check this out. Last 48 hours, 2,654. It's still getting 53, 63. These are all hourly, by the way. All hourly views. Okay. So let me ask you, are live streams hurting my channel? Hell no. They're helping it. They're helping it grow. I mean, heck, let me show you one more. Let me show you one more. All right. We're going to go into videos. Let me go last 28 just so we can kind of get more current. All right. I'm going to go down here and let me pull another one that is done good. Okay. So these are the top videos. Okay. Well, this one right here. Okay. This one right here. Views are up 91%. More regular viewers are choosing to watch this video, and they're watching longer than usual, helping to increase its reach on YouTube recommendations. 12,200 views. This was posted about 3 weeks ago, maybe almost 4. No. Yeah, about a month ago. And look, it's still producing. Did this hurt the channel that I'm doing lives? Absolutely, absolutely not. So hopefully you can see that live streaming has a ton of benefits. And on this channel, we're going to be showing you more behind the scenes of how to take a live stream, how to repurpose parts of the live stream so you can keep reaping the benefits and you can continue to grow your channel. Actually, let me show you one more video from a live stream. Actually, it is the live stream that's generated $1,600 plus and 1,000 new subscribers. Let me go ahead and find that right now so you guys can see what I'm talking about. All right, let me go into analytics. That's where we are. Go to overview down here. And it is, I believe, let's see here. Let's pull this up. It's right here. Okay. We're going to pull this one up. We're going to go into the analytics. Why can't I pull up the analytics, Scotty? Where is it? Why isn't it showing me that? Let me go back.
Go to content.
Yeah.
Let's your left panel. No, big on the left panel.
Oh, right here. Yeah.
And then go to live. There you go.
And then let's go down. This one here, though, is right here. Let's go here. Okay, cool. So this one right here, this was a live, 59,234 views. Okay, this was published around, I'd say 6 weeks ago. Okay, 59,000 views, 14,600 watch hours, 1,000 plus subscribers. It's made $1,664. And look, it's still getting browsed. It's still getting suggested. And in the last 48 hours, we're talking over 500 views a day still from doing a live stream. And you saw that I shared with you that we're repurposing parts of those videos and putting them up as their own dedicated video with their own title, with their own thumbnail. So is live streaming bad for your channel? I would say no. So if you want to continue to get more live streaming tips, make sure that you subscribe to this channel and make sure that you watch the video that pops up on the screen next, because it will probably be an amazing tip that you're not going to want to miss. So you see how I just did that? I stopped, I paused at the end, boom, that's it. I'm still live with you guys right now, right? If you're watching this on the replay, I'm still with you. We just created a video that's going to get pulled out and it's going to get edited. And Scotty will probably take out a couple of those little hiccups that we had. He'll clean up the front. We'll have a little bit better, intro as far as a little bit of B-roll here and there. But Scotty, we just created a video now that we don't have to start and stop and plan and all that stuff.
No. Yeah.
Pretty easy.
Oh yeah.
Pretty easy. So do we want to do one more or are we good?
I mean, I think we touched on everything that we needed to for this live. I do think though, we are gonna be getting around or doing more of this kind of content, doing maybe some more like breakdowns of future stuff. I mean, the other cool thing too, that we will be doing is showing you guys a lot of tests that we're going to be doing, whether it's on our channel, whether it's on brand creators, the different kind of tests that we do, whether it's thumbnail based, title, or just the edits, whatever. Right. But yeah, live stream content, man, right now, top tier. If you ain't doing it, you're missing out. Like you just saw, we just did that live. He just did that live. And if anything, you're saving time. So think about that. Oh, I don't have time to live stream. If you don't have time to do any videos at all, you shouldn't be on YouTube. If you have that little bit of time, that hour, what are we at right now? 56 minutes. You could pull 2 clips out of this for 56 minutes. And right there, again, you did it in one session. And now all you gotta do is cut it up for the rest of the week. That's it.
So Scotty, little tip for you. So I just went full screen with you. You got to look away from your computer and look right at the camera. There you go. Now
it's so weird because I can see myself.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
So I don't have the best setup, guys. We're working.
It's good.
It's a work in progress, but yeah, we're getting there. I'm new to the scene. I'm new number 1 to the podcast and new number 2 to live stream. This is my first live stream, so broke my my live stream.
Yeah, you did pretty good. Now see that's the cool thing. So right now I'm looking at my camera, but if I was to end it like I did before, I get away from that and I just look up here now.
Yeah.
Now I'm looking at the camera and I'm looking right at the person and I'm like,
you know what I can do actually? Let's see. Am I still with you?
Yep.
I got my dual monitor, so now I can actually see myself and look this way.
Yeah, that's good.
That's what I got to do.
Yeah, that's good. But see how I'm still looking down, but even though I'm looking down, it looks like I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So almost like you could position yourself to where you're looking in this direction.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then that way there, it's almost like so that way there, we're almost like looking at each other.
Yeah. Like talking to each other. Yeah.
So anyway, I think this was a good test. We had like a couple of people jump on. Dream talking with Vicky. I love it. She says, you get around, Scott and Scotty. And it's funny because Dream talking with Vicky is part of the brand creators live streams. And she must've just stumbled on us because we didn't have any announcement or anything. We just kind of said, hey, I said to Scotty, I go, hey, you want to go ahead and go live and we'll create some content. This is what I want people to take away. Treat a live stream as you are recording your videos. If you just think about that and you don't care that there's 0 people watching you, actually it takes the pressure off, right? You're like, oh, who cares? It doesn't really matter. If no one's watching, no one's watching. But what this does is it allows you to force yourself to not start and stop. And I think that's one of the biggest obstacles for people is they start and stop. And it didn't sound good. I'm guilty of it. I've done it myself. But you saw that I basically did that one little clip and we're going to see, guys, tune in, subscribe to the channel. You're probably going to see that video pop up in the next few days. Scotty's going to take it, going to pull it out and he's going to edit it and he's going to put it up. We're going to have a thumbnail, a title, and it's going to be its own living, breathing video. Yep. But yeah. And she says, you showed up on my YouTube recommendations. That's so funny. I'm just curious how we are even going to be suggested or popping up for people.
Yeah.
So Dream Talking with Vicky, if you can do me a huge favor and maybe like this and maybe subscribe to this channel, because I know that you're creating your channel. Actually, Scotty, she's got a cool video or a cool YouTube videos that she does for basically analyzing people's dreams. So like if you had a dream and you're like, what does it mean? Why did I dream that? Or what does it mean? And so she'll actually go in and help you. And so for her, and she said, already done. Thank you, Vicky. But yeah, I mean, so what she does, which is awesome, is she analyzes people's dreams. So I told her, I told her this before. I'm like, you should get someone to come on, tell you their dream, and then you break it down for people. Right. So I think that would be really cool. What's funny though, is she's watching this, but it's not showing up as a viewer. So I wonder if we had any other viewers pop in that we weren't able to see. But that's cool though. But anyway, Vicky, thank you so much. Appreciate it. We got a subscriber, Scotty.
There it is.
We got a like. Yes.
We're on our way up.
We're on our way. We're on our way. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you check out the channel. We are going to be posting on there on a regular basis. We're going to have a podcast every single week. There's already one up right now that really talks about the strategy in detail. And then from there, we're going to be doing updates and reports and telling you what we're testing and really just trying to help people with live streaming, but more than that, to get their message out to the world by using video. And live streaming is a great way to do it. If you're brand new, even though it seems scary, it's a great way for you to get started and get in the game. So definitely stick around if you want to learn more, and we'd love to teach you. All right. So that's it, guys. Take care, take action, have an awesome, amazing day, and we'll see you right back here. Hopefully subscribe to the channel. Yeah.
We might need to create our own slogan, our new one.
Yeah. We'll have to do something. We'll have to come up with something. Yeah. All right, guys, take care.
All right.
Talk to you soon. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Later.